let's talk about another draft, the 2011 draft. It's amazing that this team has as much talent as they do have, considering this is what he got from the 2011 draft. Nick Fairley, who to motivate him, they didn't give him a contract for next year, so he might walk after this season no matter what happens. Titus Young, I think you're all familiar with his work. He's got a lot longer rap sheet than I do. Tell us who they just released. I don't even remember the Doug Hogue era. Is that even how you pronounce it? Benoit Hogue? Johnny Colbert. Okay. We might be talking about next year nobody from the draft 3 years ago being on the team. That is why I have no confidence in anything that this man does.
That's why they're in the position they're in now. Where they're not for that playoff potential.
I mean, really think about it. With the other guys that they have, they surrounded them. Even if that's like a C- draft, and you get something or a C+, what kind of situation is that?
That's why they always have the salary cap. That's why they always have to go and do the extenders and free agency. Because past failures, but I mean, if you're going to talk about maybe you do have to give them a little credit for last year's draft, which was pretty stellar from top to bottom, including the undrafted free agents with Fourier and Watt.
Right. Last year, obviously, was a very good draft. You almost did all rookie all pro, almost in the first. So last year was very good. And hopefully, you guys are right. This year will be well. I just have 42 years of being dubious about it. All right, let's talk about now the other big story, the domination. Which really, by the way, I want to tell you guys, we're not really recording this. All of Pat paid me to give you guys all your the domination just signed $16 million. So
16 a year.
All have paid me for all of it. This is an elaborate post. So you can get the exclusive.
It's not a Twitter yet?
No, seriously. Follow? What is going to happen? To me, the guy's leaving. I don't understand when you're playing against rules football, the interior line, how you can. It's one thing for Max Scherzer to say, yeah, I'm going to work. I don't like the $44 million offer. I'm going to roll the dice. In football, I don't see how you can do that. To me, the guy is just placating whatever fan base he has left here, and then he's a free agent and walking.
Well,
can you argue with that?
I mean, from his perspective, he's never missed a game due to injury. So, I mean, the risk in his mind is not that.
Black comes up 12 times on the roulette wheel, bro. Are you betting black or red?
It's a valid point, but when you're 300 pounds of basically pure muscle, when you're 300 pounds of basically pure muscle and you have as big of an ego as C does,
When you're in dick at any point in offensive line, you could cut you down. I'm just
they
saying.
have cut him down before and he's gotten
To
right up.
me, the guy's no dummy. I think he's got a persona, not unlike some other athletes in Detroit, that this is not a big enough state. And that all of this lip service, the Lions aren't a frugal organization when it comes to signing guys at all. I think we've seen that. I think they've been very generous. Back in the day, yes. I mean, every guy was a holdout. But in the last few years, it's not happening. To me, I just think he's walking. And it reminds me almost, this team was built, Kyle, around the defensive line. I mean, first round picks too. First round pick fairly when that was really not his knees. They wanted to overload. It almost reminds me of the mid-2000s when they built around the wide receiver position. And then one day you woke up and Rodgers and the two Williams weren't even on the team. And that could happen. That's why you have to get
I think it's a real possibility, especially with Sue. He's obviously looking for top dollar, but I think a lot of goes to it. I just determined if the Lions are going to come up and pay him that $15 or $16 million a year. Some defensive players in the game, or if that money's better spent on 2 maybe 3 years of players.
If he won $16 million, he won somewhere in the neighborhood of what J.J. Watt
with whoever's going to give them the money. I mean, if you think that the Lions are going to have a bad year, if they go 6 and 10,
I have no idea. I wrote last week. I have no clue.
let's just say they don't make the playoffs. And next year is that make or break year that a lot of people think it's going to be. I think they're going to go into the end here with losing the defensive line. Pelicans will see those this year. And work maybe do whatever else is going to do that with I don't think they can. I think Dominique wants to pay. I think the Lions at the end of the day will realize $16 million in the rising salary cap environment is structured to go like one structure. $16 million is a lot of money, but as soon as possible, the best team
Mike Valenti just
he reshapes the game. He makes the game disruptive. In this game, it's a huge talent. And sometimes you get paid
I as a fan, I mean, I've lived here for 42 years. I've been a sports fan since I was 5 or 6. I used to go see Mark Fisher. I've never seen a superstar athlete in Detroit less connected to the city than he has. I mean, it's crazy. The guy's one of the best defensive. I'm not taking anything away from Bucky, but there's a disconnect. I don't know what your followers and the people that tweet you are saying, but it seems like a lot of people wouldn't be upset. It's probably arguably the best defensive player in someone my age. Like, I can't think of anyone who's better defensive than Sue than I like to go on. And I still don't care because I mean, it's awful. Any reason for that?
Isn't it Steve Jobs, right? That people don't know what they want until they're told.
I want him, but I don't want him threatening to kill Comcast. I want him, but I don't want him stomping on him. I'm sorry, I guess I want my trade.
I'm just impressed I voted Steve Jobs.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
To your point, I don't think a lot of fans would be upset if he left. But I think once he left, they would be upset because all the
Let me tell you, if he leaves, they're going to have a hard time with the second playoff. I'm going to be upfront about it.
And I think that's just a vocal minority that would be happy if he left.
The loudmouth.
If you just look at Ford Field, just look for all the 90s that are around, yes,
Now
he
we're
still
talking
has a
about-
grip on most of the
We're
fans.
talking about that demographic. We're talking about the division. All right, your point is pretty straight so far. I got one card of groupie question. It's actually labeled groupie question. My first question is for the man on my left here. I have a bone to pick with you, sir. The 50-year anniversary article about William Penford Sr. You wrote in that article that William Clayford Sr. had to endure 6 decades of Lions failure. Isn't that kind of like blaming Adolf Hitler for imprisoning, blaming the Jews for being imprisoned by Adolf? I mean,
I'm not going to touch your analogy there, and I don't remember exactly how I framed it.
you said he endured. Don't you think he was the main culprit for the reason why this team has had one playoff win under his entire ownership?
Certainly he played a part in that. I mean, obviously he's the man at the top, so all the decisions filter up to him and filter down from him at the end of the day. I think he's not blameless by any means, but he was not blameless by any means. He oversees all the issues that the Lions have. I know you're mad. I mean, I remember the tweets. I think
they're still happening.
from you on that.
Well, here's a good sign that you probably shouldn't write a rosy article about someone. When everyone in the organization refuses to talk to you about an anniversary. Did anyone in the Billboard Junior said no, right? They all said they didn't want to talk to you about the 50th anniversary of the guy owning the team, and they're like, nah, we'll take a pass on commenting on that momentous occasion.
Well, I don't know why they didn't want to come out at the end of the day.
Probably because they thought it was going to be a hit piece, which it should have.
Well, look, at the end of the day, my intention of writing that story is to tell some old stories for 50 years that he owned the team. There's a lot of stories. A lot of people don't know a lot about him. They know a lot about him. It's just a way to go back into the archives and kind of tell the story of him owning a team, purchasing a team.
disguise that. We need a lot of perfume to put on that pig.
Whether you'd like to admit it or not, a lot of people do speak highly of Mr. Ford and how he touched people.
Well, obviously, I mean, I'm not taking anything away from him as a man. As an owner of a franchise, other than someone who took the team in the middle of the night and moved it to Indianapolis or moved it to Baltimore or told a secretary slash a board not to bring black people to a game. Other than those people, I think he's the worst owner in the history of professional football. I don't think you're going to get much argument for anyone in this room. But okay, your group of questions. Why the hell do you hate Wiggles? I mean,
I've been dying to find this out too.
he hasn't said anything as ludicrous as William Clay Ford Sr. Okay, go on.
No, I never said it was
You, well, yeah, you swear. Me? No, please do not swear.
I never said it was a shitty movie. I think it's a good movie. I just think it's overrated. I just think it's overrated. It's a movie I enjoy.
As long as you can agree with Village Crossing, the best point, we can move on. The question is, we actually had to do a sound check before this. And we found out that your name when your people came over wasn't Katzenstein. Now, I am a member of the tribe. I went to Temple Israel just a few miles from here where I turned to the dark side. I knew Katzen, but I never knew a Katzenstein. My name originally was Moskovitz, but my great-grandparents came to speak lost. Why nobody ever came with that name? Has there been any consideration given?
Well, when I was younger, I certainly considered and always dreamed of shortening it to Cats because that's plenty Jewish. It gets the point across.
Yeah, you're not hiding.
And it's not a mouthful.
You're not like Larry King trying to hide your
Do you have
ethnicity.
any idea how annoying it is in this business to have to spell my name to people on the phone every day?
I saw you have to do it to our crack team here.
And he, just like everyone else, got one letter wrong, at least. So,
Next question. Do you think it's a little beyond the pale to turn in a fan of yours to the Yale Park Police? Yes or no?
I don't understand why I'm getting two goofy questions.
Well, we got. Anyone want to field why? No bus? If you think it's appropriate to turn your fans into the police. Anyone? All right. Nobody wants to take that question. All right. This one's about Chrissy Wyrod. You're not answering that one. Okay. 3%? Oh, I got it. All right. These are football questions. We're going to get to at the end of the show, which I'm sure you guys can't wait for.
How many cards do you have?
Don't worry. Don't ask. I told you 6-7 hours you're going to be here. We're going to have this will be the finale. We're going to have the Lions beat writer challenge. 10 questions. Whoever gets the most answers correct at the end of the season, yes or no, or over or under type questions. We're going to raise donations to a Thomas Baldwin Children's charity. We're going to find out who is the smartest of the three. Actually, we're going to open it up to Roslyn also, who couldn't be here because he mistakenly had the wrong calendar. He thought tonight was the beginning of Rush month. Okay. First question for you, Kyle. Back to normality. We kind of touched on this a little bit before. The difference in coaching style of this Stafford versus the last one. What have you seen? Stafford.
There's been more focus than any place on it. That wasn't before, but I think they've been cutting down on that. I think at the end of the day, the biggest difference you'll see with Matthew Stafford is decision-making, risk-taking. I think the line of planning offense eliminate the opportunities for Matthew Stafford to take risks. He has one of the biggest arms in the game. We all know that. So why we still average quarterback? It's the mistakes. It's the 19 turnovers. It's the 30th completion. We would put in a better position to be successful and to avoid mistakes on offense.
People inside that building, believe it or not, have come to talk to me, speaking stuff, said the guy was power. Is there anyone here who thinks that wasn't the case?
No, I think they definitely took a little easy on him.
that true?
To an extent, but I mean, at what point do you put the onus on him? He's the one who has to improve on his own time, you know?
That's true.
I think a lot of it just was the way that Scott Linehan handled people. That's what it comes down to the bottom line. I don't think it was as much Schwartz as Scott Linehan. That's what got him in trouble in St. Louis. I think that's what lost or affected him in the room with the offensive team, the Giants.
I was told it was a game that the Lions came we've had a lot of combined victories in the last couple of years. I was told by one person that it was one of those games Linehan was actually just trying. Anyone want to confirm that? You were actually here. Okay, nobody heard that one? Right tackle. Is that going to be the biggest issue on this on the offensive side?
I think so. I would say probably right tackle or running back. I think it's sort of, yeah, I think it's sort of an under-discussed issue, but people talk about how great the tandem is of Reggie Bush and Joyce Bell, and I don't know that anyone would say that either of them is a top 10 running back. You look around the rest of the NFC North, all three of those guys are top 10 running backs. Forte, Lacey, and of course Adrian Peterson. I mean, I think Reggie Bush, you know, there's plenty that he does that scares other teams. Joyce Bell runs well in between the tackles and is good on screens. I don't know that either of them necessarily strike a ton of fear in other teams. It's definitely right tackle based on what I saw in training camp preseason. It's a potential point of weakness. I think Adrian Waddle played really well last season, maybe struggled a little bit down the stretch, but I mean, he didn't show the next step in his development that I think most of us expected to see.
All right. Some questions about the business of doing your job as a beat writer for the Lions. How frustrating is it in this day and age where you guys are working your ass off? You guys were told me that you were at Allen Park this morning, and you just came from there to here, and I appreciate that. After a long day, that you guys are sitting outside of the parking lot, waiting to find out Jim Schwartz's fate, and Adam Schefter tweets it out, somehow gets the news. How aggravating is it that really everything's basically now broken at a national level, no matter what sort of thing you've got inside, closer to the team, that it seems like everything is run by the media stars and this.
It's not going to change. It's agent-led and some of these national reporters are agents too. So if a player is an agent, if he's involved with something, he's going to talk to that guy.
There was an article, I think, in the New York Times, about how Schefter operates, basically bartering with the Washington Post. One of those Chinese businessmen started doing it. But basically where he barters, he trades information from one team to that, and that's how he gets all these scoops. I've wondered if any of you guys thought about maybe bartering with Tom DeLonge, offering some Tic Tacs for insight. Well, you're not the answer. Okay, next question. What's more frustrating? Having a national guy beat you to a story, or someone who's being paid by the team to be a Lions insider beat writer? No names.
I like Tim. I mean, Tim's a good guy. It's definitely frustrating, you know, but
What do you think of that whole thing? The guy was in your position, he was working for a newspaper. My problem isn't with having someone work for the team as a beat writer. My problem is not. My truth in advertising. If someone in your paper takes out an ad, they try to make it look like it's an article. You got to put this in an ad. My problem is coming off as a reporter when you're really in PR. And I don't think a lot of the fans see the difference of what you guys do as objective journalists as what someone's getting a vacation